one another.
We knew we needed an extraordinary love to withstand past relationship experiences, everyday bad choices, and our past hurts.
It is clear that we were brought together as one for a purpose. And as we share our love story, we pray that from our experiences, you can gain positive takeaways to use in your own life and relationship.
You have liked it.
Yeah, and I have commented. Welcome back, everybody. Yes.
Good evening.
It is another wonderful time in the evening.
Good evening.
To spend with your lovebirds. We're the lovebirds, William and Darlene, and you're joining us for Conversations with the Lovebirds. Did I say your name already? I introduced this, intro this, everything.
Do it, baby.
Didn't
Do
I?
it. Do
what?
it.
I'm doing my job already. I'm on it. We want to thank y'all for joining us again tonight. While my wife likes and shares the podcast, we'd like for you guys to do the same. Go to Feel Good Talk, like and share our page, like and share this podcast. Tonight we have a special guest behind the glass because Kendra Moore is in the building, holding it down, acting CWO, the Chief Woman Officer tonight. That's what Kendra's
people officer, all the officers.
She's all the
officers on her.
acting. Thank you, Kendra. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for our Feel Good Talk. Thank you guys for joining us. And we got some hot topic tonight, man.
Yeah.
But first of all, let me just find out who's with us tonight. Someone chime on in, y'all.
Let's give people a chance to tap in. It's just 8:30.
Let us know you're here. Put up a wave sound while we liking and sharing.
There you go. Come on and tap in. I'm Darlene Bird, one half of the LoveByrds.
Yes.
My husband here is William. Together we're the LoveByrds. We love.
And we love you.
And we love you.
Yes,
so
we do.
Come on in and join us for a conversation. We just have conversations and let you guys in on what we're talking about and what's been going on with us and some thoughts we've been throwing around over the course of the week.
Yep.
And we like to share them with you guys.
Yes.
We got a good one tonight.
We got a good one tonight.
We got a good one tonight.
We've been muddling over this one for a minute, but
we have.
We're going to break it down for y'all tonight.
We have.
Yes.
So let somebody know that the LoveByrds are on. Tagging your friends, tagging your boo.
Yep.
And let people know that the LoveByrds are talking.
Go get your boo, bring them next to you.
You entitled this one.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yes.
And so we're going to be talking about chaos. We're going to be talking about being addicted to chaos.
Relationships.
In your relationships, and maybe you growing up in chaos, and how does that transfer into your relationships? And some people just they just like it. They just like it, and they keep it going.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, they jump, they pop it off, and it's a way of living. Chaos has a way of living. For some people, so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So let people know the LoveByrds are on.
Chaotic addiction in your life.
They're talking about that thing.
Yes.
We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, so we're just going to share some thoughts with you guys around that. This crazy, this crazy stuff, this craziness that goes on sometimes in these relationships. All right.
Yes.
So that's where we're going. That's where we're going tonight.
I am so ready. We hope you're ready.
Yes.
So
join us for this.
So where are we going to kick it off, baby?
You know what? I'm going to start with a quote. Can I start with a quote?
Absolutely. We always like to start with something relevant.
Let me start with a quote that I read, and it kind of stuck with me. And it just opened up a whole lot of cans of worms to talk about some things. And I like to do some introspection. So I like to say, does that relate to me? Right. Have I experienced that in my life or in my relationships? And I like to kind of take that pulse. So let me read this quote.
Read the quote.
All right. Somebody said, I get uncomfortable when everything is going well in my relationship. That's not normal to me. Normal is boring. And I don't know how to be in relationships like that. I will seek out drama because that's what I know how to handle. And that is a quote.
That's a quote. Somebody actually said that.
That's a quote. Yeah, seriously.
So that means that basically what they're saying is if you ain't got the drama, I ain't your
It's
sugar
boring.
mama.
It's boring. Exactly.
If you ain't bring me no drama, and this,
Listen,
go ahead.
I'm gonna read it again.
Yeah, cause read that one more time, cause I got something to say about that one after it's over.
The direct quote.
A direct quote.
I get uncomfortable when everything is going well in my relationship. That is not normal to me. Normal is boring, and I don't know how to be in relationships that are like that. I continually seek out drama because that's what I know how to handle. You know, it reminds me of a quote that just came to mind that I used to share in leadership training that says, "He that is good with a hammer thinks that everything is a nail."
Okay.
He that is good with a hammer, you get it?
Yeah, I
thinks
get
that
that.
everything is a nail.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go at everything the same way because that's what I'm good at.
I'm good at.
I'm good at
Exactly.
right. So
Exactly.
because I'm good at handling drama, then that's the lifestyle that I'm gonna live. I'm gonna tackle everything.
I'm gonna create that lifestyle.
So because that's what I know, that's what I
do,
like, and that's what I'm comfortable.
Yes. I mean,
What in the world?
But some people operate like that. You know, I think about it like this. When you think about people who create drama and create chaos in that sense, it's more about the win. Or it's more about, you know what I'm saying? It's more about the win than anything. So if it's going against their grain, most times what they're going to probably do is create some kind of chaotic situation where it supersedes actually what the truth is, just to get the win. You know what I'm
So
saying?
they want to win.
A lot of
Some
that
people
is
they
ego.
like to
Chaos
tussle.
is egotistic, very egotistical, very egotistical. In my
Some of it is like so that I can control, so I
Exactly.
can get loud, so I can raise my voice, so I can feel like a man or feel like the woman or whatever.
Feel like the itch.
The ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, ain't it?
Right.
I'm sorry, look at me.
No, it can be. Some people, it's premeditated.
No, yeah. Oh,
it's like I'm going in here
Yes.
and I'm going to create a ruckus.
Oh, wait till I get. Wait, you know
It's
that's that. Wait till I. Yes.
It's premeditated.
A lot
I'm
of
rolling
that.
up in there, and yeah,
They
it's going down
If
tonight.
they don't know, they gonna know.
It's going.
That's true. I mean, just like that.
Y'all.
But listen.
Okay.
Listen. Creating the comfort zone, though, whether it be chaotic or peaceful, or it's creating that comfort zone, man.
It's where they're used to be.
Used to be, yes,
I wouldn't
yes.
call it a comfort zone. I would call it a discomfort zone.
Well,
But-
on the outside, but this person is relishing in the fact that they have set the tone, and it's loud and it's chaotic. And that's an adrenaline rush. That's
My
what remember we
Lord.
were reading about in the addiction
My
part
Lord.
of this?
Well, listen.
Yeah. It's
So,
just
and,
like
and they
it's just like a
resist.
drug.
They resist letting go of chaos and dysfunction. To me,
Yes.
it's a lot of dysfunction,
Yes.
right? If I use the word dysfunction,
Yep.
because that was a part of their life. So they may have some interpersonal conflict going in there. It may have something to do with their history.
Yes.
Maybe even their family history, how their family operated. You know, when they were small, if chaos was the norm. And then some people are able to maintain peace. So some are able to just thrive in chaos, and then some are able to maintain peace, where others just like to be in the middle of a storm and will just keep it going. Like they'll just replace one chaotic event after the other. Once we solve this, here come another, because they thrive in that. Like you said, it's like a adrenaline rush. So but
Yes.
listen, I don't know, but
Yes.
and then if you were raised in environments where there was intergenerational addictions,
Repetitive
abuse.
stuff that's just repetitive is learned. It's not so much that's what they want. It's the way they learn. It's the way they're brought up. It's embedded in their DNA.
verbal abuse, like it's okay. We cuss our children out, and then my mom cussed me out. My grandma
cuss
cussed
my
her out,
kids out.
and we cussed our.
It was just all cussing each other out.
Oh God.
That's what we do. Now listen, and I have a family. You know, that's what we do as a
said that's what we
family.
do.
That's
Stop
what we do.
Stop it.
That's
So
what we do.
If you had poor kids, they just cuss the kids out.
Yes.
I mean, that's the way it was. Addiction, abuse.
Exactly, Aunt Debbie. No drama, no peace. Yes.
Mental illness. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Listen, some families, chaos was like eating cereal and watching cartoons on a Saturday morning.
Exactly.
That's what they did. That's right. That's
what they did.
That's what they did.
That's what they did.
Yelling and screaming was part of the norm. Like it wasn't right. Like, why is it quiet? Nobody's yelling. Nobody's screaming. Nobody's fighting over anything. Nobody's taking anybody's stuff. Nobody's pushing or what's going on here? So it was like chaos was normal. That was like cartoons and cereal, right? Every Sunday. And then even some of the people who were looking out for us, our caregivers, supposedly our caregivers, they needed caregivers themselves. Some of these caregivers, or maybe the chaos was. Maybe your home was like a rotating door, like people in and out. You never know who is going to be in the house or who's leaving. It's just a rotating door. So chaos and dysfunction can be the norm instead of it being the exception. Some people have lived in that, and that's how they've operated. That's how they're comfortable.
It's a lifestyle.
I'm comfortable popping off, and I'm getting loud, and and that's what I do.
I know so many people like that, man.
Really?
Oh my God!
Wow.
They can't live without it. Oh, it's got to be popped off. It's just got to be.
Gonna pop
you
off.
know, it is. A lot of times it's because they're granted that so they take advantage of it. A lot of at a point it comes to a point where you really begin to try to take advantage of the people around or the people you're subjecting it to.
Or they want the attention.
It's a manipulation move, or it's
manipulation move.
Absolutely.
They want the attention. They want everybody to be talking about them. Everybody got their one. Exactly. They're going to say or do something at the family reunion. You can count on it. You can bet on
Sophia,
it.
glad to see you. Y'all had a great show. Thanks, man.
Who is going to be the one to show up and show out at the family reunion? Because somebody going to have to pop something off. They just don't know how to act. They have to bring the chaos. And if there's no chaos or no
like
ruckus,
bathing and eating and sleeping today.
Yeah, man. It's like they. It's
just like putting in one leg.
It's cereal and cartoons on Saturday morning.
Exactly.
So that you've lived in
So
that
let me
chaos.
ask you this. So, can it be an addiction? Can people, center themselves around it so that it's a part of their everyday life, like a drug? They need a fix.
It's like a fix. It's like a rush. If I'm not cussing somebody out, if I'm not, popping off or seeing how big my chest can get, I'm missing something.
I'm not winning this.
I'm not winning.
If I don't win,
I'm not in control.
What about people who just? If you're in a desolate situation, say, you know what I mean, and there's no, you don't see a way out, so you're stuck in the chaos and in the muck and the mire. What choice do you have at that point?
I think there's always a choice.
It's okay. So it's a
I
mind
do.
thing.
I
so
do.
you're saying it's a mind thing.
I do.
You can overcome it. Everyone can come overcome.
Yeah,
I would think so.
I don't know. It's what you choose to do with it. Sometimes when I'm thinking about what you're saying, sometimes it's like a survival.
Right.
Like if you're in a project and everybody else is cussing and big and bad and popping off, and you don't. You may seem small or shy. It's unfortunate, or if you are a child and all the rest of the kids are cussing each other out and fighting, where does that leave you in that if you're other, or if you are different, or you're a wimp, or you're that, or you might be called names, or you might be bullied, as a child. But once we turn into adults, once we turn into adults.
So there's a maturity level with that.
And we have been, chaos has been the norm of our life, of our family. Chaos has been what we, like I said, addiction, abuse, mental illness, fighting, constantly yelling and screaming, and and that's what we do.
Yes.
Now you're trying to build a life in a relationship with someone that you love, but you're addicted to this chaos. How does that work? I mean, the quote that I read.
So I believe we all, once we understand the problem or what, we can all become excellent problem solvers. It's whether or not you want to take the initiative to find a solution to something other than chaos. If you want to choose another path to
Amy said there's always a choice.
yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna
so
tell you
it's
this.
the choice. It's that choice.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like
I think
this.
it's the choice.
I mean, I mean, I grew up. I grew up in the same. I grew up in a been at home.
Right.
Around all that stuff.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. Once we listen. Once you, let me see. Once I found peace, and I tasted peace.
Yeah.
I tasted what peace tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
I began to fight hard to keep and to protect my peace.
Right.
Don't
Yes.
come up in here messing with my peace, because I fought too hard to create it,
Mm-hmm.
and I fight to and I fight.
I remember
and I fight
there's
to
a
keep it.
chapter in the book that listen. I bet you I know where it's at.
Hey Eunice,
It's
we are talking about.
It's on page 37.
While you find that, I'm
Yes.
gonna read the quote again. This is the quote
Yes.
that had us talking. And for our conversation here, this is the quote that had us talking this week.
Yes.
This is a direct quote from someone who named nameless, and this is direct quote. I get uncomfortable when everything is going well in my relationship. That is not normal to me. Normal is boring, and I don't know how to be in relationships like that. I will seek out drama because that is what I know how to handle. So this quote has had us chewing on this whole thought and this whole idea about what, and people who are just addicted. They're addicted to chaos.
Yes.
If they want to be set free.
Listen to this.
Yes,
let me get
Sophia said yes, it can be an
Yes.
addiction, and
So
they don't want to be
listen.
set free because they're comfortable there. That's what they know.
Okay.
That's normal for them.
You actually
They don't
said
know
that in
how
the
to
book.
be. I said what in the book?
You said it felt so free. And life had finally quieted down for me. I did not want any more drama.
Yeah, we don't do drama.
That's when you
around here.
found that's. I mean, you actually said that in chapter. And when the wind, she obeys the one who
The
wins
winds-
the wave.
Yeah,
Yes, I
when the
think we
winds,
said-
when the winds. Okay.
Go
Yeah.
with the one who
Honey,
wins
yes.
the wave. Yes, absolutely. She actually
Yeah,
said that. I ain't gonna lie.
listen.
Listen, how you get? It's right there in the book.
I listen.
It's right there in the
y'all,
book.
listen. At this age and stage,
Yeah.
I tell my
Yeah.
what we got to be fussing about. I mean, seriously.
For real.
I mean, look at life. Like what? I mean,
Well,
we got to be fussing and arguing about.
We do. Don't get us. We call it. I mean, my good friend Juan Baxter from those Baxters. Shout out to those Baxters. They call it intense fellowship.
Yeah. I mean, we don't agree on everything. But
yeah.
come on now, all
Yes.
that craziness.
Yes.
Come on, people.
Yes.
People still do that. Like, listen,
I can take a little intense fellowship, but the
No,
chaotic
no
part
drama,
of it,
no.
it's not for me. It's not.
I don't do the drama.
I've learned to overcome that. That's what it really takes. It takes understanding where you are and what's going on, and trying to move on or move past it.
Yeah.
That's where I had to go with it. Just to understand where I was at, where I wanted to go, and begin to move in that direction.
And at some point, y'all, you got to call out the dysfunction. You got to call it out. Listen, that
Yeah.
is not right. I know that's how it's done, but that's not right. And I don't.
Yeah.
I don't do the dysfunction. At some point, you got to call that out. Like, that's not right. Why are we all sitting around like that's okay?
Yeah.
I have chosen to excuse myself from that. That's dysfunctional. So at some point, you got to call it out.
gotta
You know
call
what I
it
mean?
out.
You have to listen. What's up, Reggie? The only drama we have is when we in here acting like two silly fools every day laughing with each other.
Yeah, that's the kind of chaos crazy. Now that's crazy.
Reggie. You better go ahead and create some ruckus up in there. Some ruckus.
Love it, Reds. Love it.
But listen. Let's do this.
Okay, come on.
Listen, y'all,
Come on.
and we need participation.
Yes.
We need
got some
participation
for y'all. Yes.
Okay. So
Okay.
listen.
Come on.
We're gonna ask 10 questions, right?
Yes.
And we're trying to find out if you are creating the chaos in your life, if you are that person, or if you enjoy creating the chaos in your life. Okay, so just for fun, let's do this. There's 10 questions and the answer is going to be true or false. Answer them in the comments so we can see how many you got.
No, baby, don't be exposing people.
Yes, what we do.
No, answer them to
We
yourself.
calling it out. We calling it out.
No.
If you don't want to, just keep a count, right?
Just
I
keep
want to
a
know
count.
if you
Just
got
keep a
5,
count.
6, or 7.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Number 1. But I want them to put it in there.
I know. Just if you don't put them all.
Number 1, true or false? Do you usually yell and scream to make your point? True or false? You yell and scream to make your point. You have to get loud. You can't make your point in a quiet. You have to raise your voice. You have to scream because that's what I do.
All the time.
And that's me. If there's a point to be made, there's going to be yelling and screaming. True or false?
Okay, Pearl, I see you, Pearl. Come on, Pearl.
Okay, true or false? Keep a count, right? Because we're going to want to know how many truths you have, right?
Number 2.
You know how many truths. Number 2?
Yes. Do you ramp it up every time to win an argument? Do you ramp it up every time? Do you gotta just take it another level, and then when that level ain't sufficing, you gotta take it another level? See, that's
you have to
ramping it
win.
up. Yes, if it gets to this level and then you ain't, and you're there,
Yeah.
then you gotta take it to another level.
You know what
Keep
that's
on
called?
ramping. That's ramping it up.
You know what that's called? That's one-upmanship. I just made that up.
Yes, you sound like
I
that.
just made it up. That's one-upmanship.
It
Do you
sound like
get into the one-upmanship?
yes.
Well, you
One
do
up.
this and
You
you
gotta
do
be
that and
one
you
up.
do that, so then I
Yes.
look better.
Yes.
That's that one-upmanship.
Yes.
Do you do that? True or false?
True
you
or
do
false.
that, right? True or false? True or false? Eunice says she walks away on number 2.
She walks away.
Listen,
Ooh.
I'll shut it down. Okay, I'll just stop talking on you. I may not start talking again till tomorrow. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
All right, number 3.
Come on.
When you get sick, you feel that everyone should know about it. Is that true or false? Everybody,
false.
they're gonna hear about this. Everybody gonna hear about it. Everybody gonna hear about it. True or false? True or false?
Number 4, when you argue, do you ever break things or knock stuff over?
When you argue,
I think if you do that, and this question seals the deal. You don't even need to answer nothing
When
else
you
from me. If you
argue,
start breaking stuff around and
do
throwing
you break
stuff,
things? You
stuff
knock
come
things
flying
over?
by my head, projectiles in the air and stuff.
Do you
like,
punch the
oh,
walls?
that's a dud. No, or people. No, see, that's throwing things. Yes, throwing things, glass and stuff. You get all them popping, and that's a tap. It's over.
Slamming doors don't count. Do it. That don't count. Do it.
I don't know. The door might come off.
Slamming kitchen
And
cabinets.
not if
doors
I'm
don't
coming
count.
through the door.
Give yourself a true or false for this one, y'all.
Yeah,
Give yourself a true or false. Which was that 4?
And if it's true, seek help.
Count up.
I'm sorry. You need a professional. You need a professional.
Okay. Number 5. Does being calm or bored sound like just the worst thing in the world to you? Number 5. Is that true? Being calm or bored sounds like just the worst thing in the world. Kendra said, I wish somebody would break something in my house. So Kendra, I'm like you. My hard earned, if I bought it, I liked it, I wanted it. Why are we breaking it?
We ain't
Listen.
doing that.
Listen.
Who cleaning it up? Listen, we ain't doing that. Who
Fatima
cleaning it
said,
up?
hey, Fatima,
Be
breaking
throwing
stuff,
around
punching
here.
walls, that's too much.
Nah.
Yeah, we're talking about chaos. Fatima.
Yeah.
We're talking about people that thrive in chaos.
Number 6. Do you ever yell at strangers if you feel that they're in your way?
Do you yell at strangers? Total
In the
stranger.
car.
They're in the
Your
car.
road rage.
Road
anything?
rage, middle finger, honking a horn, leaning
That
on a
old lady in
horn,
the
fussing at
Walmart
them. They can't even hear you.
Self-checkout, can't get it done fast enough. You yelling at her?
True or false? True or false? They in the way. That was number 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that was number
Okay.
6.
Well, some people are doing good over here.
Okay.
Except
So far.
Kendra said she was somebody.
She said,
she wasn't good with that. What did you say? She about to go off on something.
Number 7.
Mental health is real. That's right. Yell if you will.
Come on now.
Pearl.
I know that's right.
Night, man.
Red said it's true, but they can't hear me. he just got to get it off his chest. He's got to get it off his chest. Listen, tell the truth, shame the devil. If that's you, that's you. Tell the truth.
Pulled the Debo move.
Tell the truth.
As soon as he gone, I'm gonna talk again.
Boy said that's true. He gonna honk the horn. You laying on that horn, boy?
Oh yeah, Boyd already told me he got road rage issues. As a matter of fact, we was on vacation this past week ago. That's what Boy told me. He said he can't stand that joint. They
gonna get that horn today. They gonna get that horn today.
You better hit 45 as soon as you out the school zone.
Number 7. You hate when you are not the center of attention. When it's about somebody else, they hogging up all the attention. Number 7. True or false? You hate when you are not the center of attention.
Number 8. Is there usually a crisis to solve in your life?
Yeah.
Crisis. Now,
there's always something to solve. You're always working on a crisis.
Crisis is different.
Yeah.
Crisis is different.
There's always something to fix or to solve. Yeah. If not, you're gonna break something so you can fix it or solve it. You're gonna stir it up. Stir it up. Number 8. True or false? Number 8. That was the number 8. Okay. Number 9. Do you break up or threaten to break up with your mate often? I'm out of here. It's always I'm out of here. I'm always out of here. I'm always about to break up. If you don't do this, I'm out of here. And just always out of here.
So much
you're out of here every week.
That was so much my last relationship.
You're out of here every week.
We broke up and made up like every week.
Every week.
Every other week.
Every week. That just gets you out. That frees up your weekend, though.
That's what it did. That's exactly what it did.
That frees up your weekend, though.
Tell the truth, shame the devil. That's exactly what it did.
Come back and make up on Monday.
That was the reason why the hell we was breaking up anyway.
Come back and make up on Monday. And some people like the makeup part. I mean, I don't know. It's just,
the true story. I lived a chaotic relationship for 20 years it was total chaos. I don't think it was a warranted total chaos too, because we were both for it. And you know, living addiction to chaos was a part of the the thread. Yeah, really. You know, I ain't even gonna lie about it.
Reggie
can't lie about it.
Reggie said, "Pearl, you're gonna make me leave you, but I'll be right back."
See, that's what I tell you, Reg.
Hey, Reg,
did I say that?
Trust me, you don't want her to come looking for you.
Oh, Reg. Yeah, Reg, you don't want to do that either.
Listen, you don't want us come looking for you.
That's the part. It's a group of them, Reg. They stick together too.
Listen. Okay, this is the last one. This is the last one. True or false? True or false on this last one? Are you usually the one who starts the fights? Honestly, are you the one who starts the fight? Are you you got to pop it off? Or are you the one who usually starts the fight?
Hey, more T's than F's. That's the problem.
Okay. All right. So that was good. These were some questions. Yes. I think that came from something. I think Dr. Phil or somebody was doing something with chaos.
I think Dr. Phil did.
I couldn't find it again, but I think that was
that's what it was.
Yeah. And so these were some research questions that look at how what triggers your body's response just for the rush. Yes. Like, just gotta have the rush. It's like an addiction. Like, you just really get something out of it. It's like you have gone to the gym.
Like I said,
if I could go home and cause some chaos, or go to work or go wherever, go to the family and cause some chaos, it's like a rush, like you have just been to the gym. So if you've answered true to 5 or more, you might be addicted to the chaos. You might be the one. You might be the one.
Look like
Aunt Debbie said no truths.
No truths. Yes, I believe that, Aunt Debbie. Okay. You are just such a sweetheart, Aunt Debbie.
I think we kind of got a lot.
I love you so much.
She's sweet. That's my auntie. Yeah, I think the one that challenges us is the strangers one, yelling at them strangers. I think that was the one.
That was a challenge.
Listen, Pearl, I love my peace too. Once you've tasted it and you know you can have peace, why would you choose anything else or just get caught up and So we got to know, we got to listen, walk away from it quickly, protect your peace.
Yes.
You deserve it. You deserve it, and it's
That's
worth
a piece
it.
of love in here.
So that was good. So I enjoyed
good.
that. But listen,
Okay.
this whole thing has had us thinking about chaos. And, if you grew up in chaos and chaos was the way of life in your home or even your past relationship, now that you're coming into a relationship with the person that you love, why we're putting them through chaos now. We're starting chaos. We're popping stuff off and thinking that they're going to be for it. You know what I mean? And if you're in a relationship where you both like that chaos, that's something to be checked. That needs to be looked at. So,
a lot of relationships start chaotic and continue chaotic? I think a lot of relationships end before the real chaos starts. And then once you're in a relationship, then it becomes chaotic because of one of two reasons. Either the person isn't changing to where you thought that they might be going, or you were going together, or like I said, or like you said, that the real you starts to come out, and that you're not. You don't project to the person when you're with them in the first stages of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
So you hid that chaotic.
You hid that chaotic part, yeah.
Everything was sweet and rosy.
Because it's either chaotic in the beginning from the start, or at some point during the relationship it becomes chaotic. Either through finances, the kids struggle, the kids issue, financial issues, and the person isn't changing or not looking for a solution to what has now become unpeace, or however you want to say it. Yeah.
But listen, you got to call it out. You got to call out the dysfunction. You got to call out the chaos. You got to, I still remember that first argument that we had that I would call an argument. You remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I pulled you to the side later, and I was like, listen, you said, something like, we were on the same team, and we had each other's back. I said, but in that moment, I felt like you were over there attacking me, and I was by myself. It was like you were over there with the whole world, and I was by myself over here. And we weren't looking at the problem together, trying to solve it. Right. But you were over there, and I was all by myself, and you broke down at that moment and said, "Listen, that was
realized,
true."
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, baby.
No, like I said, in that moment, when I realized that, it was, just that when realizing what the problem was and making a decision to change it. That was big for me. That was big for me because, remember, 20 years, I lived in a relationship, 20 years, that was total chaos.
Right.
I mean, like I said, me and this girl, literally, as husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, going back to each other, and just the chaos, the muck, the mire in it, not taking it seriously. So, when I realized I was doing that again, I didn't want that for this relationship. And it was a trigger. It was a response. It was a reaction more than a response.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a reaction more than a response. Right. And I sought to correct those reactions.
Yeah. And you had a moment.
Yes, I did.
You had a moment because you said, wait a minute, I love you for real. Like, I never want you to feel like that. And it was a moment. It was a changing point.
It was a changing point,
Yeah.
That's what we say about that decision making, You can decide to have chaos, and you can decide to continue to surround yourself around chaos, or have that be but you can definitely move on if you make the change or you make the decision.
That's right. That's right. You can say, I'm out.
Peace
out.
Peace out.
Peace out. Peace out.
Yes. You want to take a real quick break?
You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a real quick break. Listen, don't go anywhere. We're going to come back. We got some other stuff to go along with this, man. Hanging there with us.
Be right back.
Be right back. Give it to us, Kendra. everybody,
Hey
we're
guys,
back.
so we're
Thank you guys
back.
one more time for joining us here at the Love Conversation with Lovebirds. Make sure you want to go to love-birds.com. Get yourselves a copy of the Lovebird story, how the class clown and the class president develop an extraordinary
If
love.
you don't have this book, get this book today
That's
at
right.
love-birds.com. It's also on Amazon. This is our story, the Lovebird story.
Absolutely works.
So get your copy today.
Get your copy. Yes.
So
go ahead.
Listen. So we've triggered it with this quote that someone said about just being uncomfortable when things are going well, and they trigger drama because that's what they know how to handle. So that just kind of had us thinking about, what's the level of drama and chaos in your relationships, and are you the one that's triggering that? And it makes you go back to even your childhood and how you were raised, and did everybody holler and scream, or what was the level of chaos and drama in your childhood, and did that feed into your relationships? When, listen, at the end of the day, guys, we want your relationships to be happy, to be whole, to be joyful. Ours is, and we know if it could work for us, it could work for you guys too if you work on it. So we're just gonna leave you with a little bird seed.
Yes.
And we're gonna keep talking about this.
We're gonna,
I don't think we're done.
Make sure
There's a lot more that we want to talk about. We're gonna unpack.
We're gonna unpack that.
We're gonna
unpack with this conversation.
Yeah. With this addicted to chaos. But
Yes.
listen, creating your current life took years, took decades, and creating a life filled with peace and safety and success and joy is going to take time too. So you don't have to do it all today, but what you have to do today is acknowledge. If you have an addiction to chaos, if you're bringing the chaos, if you're bringing a ruckus, acknowledge that. And that's where you start. You start by setting your intentions today. You start by making a commitment today to clean up the chaos and the drama and the dysfunction in your life, right?
Yep.
Because, hey, your life is your creation. And that's good news, because if you created it, then that means you can change it.
Absolutely.
All right? So with that, we're your Lovebirds. It's been great conversing with you tonight. I'm Darlene Bird. We're your Lovebirds. Together we love people.
We love love. And we love
you.
Thanks for joining us,
tonight.
guys. Peace.
See you next time.